What's up, everybody? Aviv Anna with Big League Film School. I got something that I've been wanting to share with you guys for a while. Basically, I want to discuss how do you solve a situation where you have very minimal time to get amazing shots, and you're by yourself basically, and you need to get all these great shots. So for me, one of the things that will be missing in that scenario where you don't have time is this sucker right here, this little slider business. So you definitely want to get some movement in your shots. You know, I could easily, if you just give me a camera and this trusty little monopod, bounce around in 10 minutes and get a whole lot of good, quick little frames, maybe rack focus in the middle, but I want some movement. So that's my number one goal, and I want to show you how I do that. It's pretty simple, and this is basically the setup. First, before we get into that, I want to let you know that you should go to the bigleaguefilmschool.com site. Make sure to subscribe to the email list. We'll send you 3 awesome tips by Daron Keat. He's an amazing cinematographer who shoots for big-time commercials like Nike and McDonald's and all that great stuff. And he also presented on our Cine Summits, the first one at least, and got over an hour and a half of a presentation going on over there. You can check that out as well. But let's dive right into this. So what I do is I have this off to the side. I have my little slider on my tripod, and it's pretty much ready to go. And the key to this little setup right here, if you don't have this, I highly recommend you make sure to do it and get it, is that there's a ball head on this tripod. It's very important because even if you look at the situation that we're in right now, this is crazy, rocks everywhere. There's no way if I didn't have a ball head for my head on the tripod, that I'd be able to set this up quickly, because I'd have to adjust the legs to get the leveling just right, and it would always want to slide on its own, etc. So the ball head is just simply down here, and that'll help you to twist and turn. So in case that's going on, you straighten it out, you do your best, and basically you're pretty close to level right there. So what I do is once I have that set up, there's 2 things that I like to do with the slider shots. Is one, I like to get it down on the floor so I get all that foreground. You know, it's a sure way of getting foreground is by having it on the floor, and it's just a great shot. You tilt up a little bit. So I get down there, I choose my lens of choice. Usually for the low shot, it's going to be a wide lens like I have right on here, the 11 to 16 Tokina. I put on the Tokina, I get down on the floor, I pop this sucker off, right? It doesn't have to stay on. Let me show you that real quick. It's real simple. You just pop this guy off, and you put that guy right there on the floor, and you do your slides. Now in this case, it's going to be hard with this ground, and you could use some legs, better legs than what I have going on here, and then you won't have to deal with the crazy terrain. But assuming it's flat, you can get that sucker up, get that on the floor, and you'll get a great shot from the floor. Now you'll also want one of these little ball heads on the slider itself, because that's going to help you with the minor adjustments, and that's very necessary, because if you didn't have that, you're going to be fiddling with a million different things, and that's going to make it difficult. It'll also allow you to slide left to right while you're at a slight angle. You don't always have to be straight on the subject, so that's great. You're straight on with the subject, but your camera's going, is at a little bit of an angle, so that's also a beautiful thing right there. And sometimes when you're on the floor, you want to be tilted up. You don't have this ball head or the tripod head to allow you to do this number right here once you're on the floor, so this will allow you to tilt down and tilt up quite a bit. So you got that going on, right? Let's say you've picked your shot, you're on the floor, you're sliding. The next thing I would do is get it off the floor, put it on the tripod, and find something to be in front of. Like right here I have this tree, for example. There's some more trees off to the right. I would take this guy and I'll move it to a position where I'm purposely slightly in front of something, and then I'll slide left to right from that position, so it's kind of revealing and framing the subject. So those are 2 shots you can knock out really quick. You're on your wide lens, you got one on the floor, got one angle behind something, you knock that out, you got your scene beautiful. The minute you're done with that, you swap out the lens. I have my bag next to me usually, or you can have a little pouch. You swap the lens out to a 35 or a 50, so you're not crazy wide like on 11 or 16. And you just get right up on your subject, not necessarily too tight, just get a nice medium shot, and you do the same thing. You slide in and out, okay? The minute you're done with that, now here's the beauty. You don't have to keep switching lenses, even though I like switching lenses because it gives you different compression going on, and we can get into that in another tutorial. But basically, once you've done that, let's say you've chosen the 50mm as your next shot, all you got to do is pick this guy up, move in, 5-6 feet in closer, and do the same thing. Start sliding a little bit left to right. Now, the beautiful thing about slides, I think people overdo it. You don't need a big move. You can literally, could be all your move right here, like 6-7 inches. That's why I got this little short sucker, because I know that this is more than enough movement to create some great effect, and I can travel with this very easily. It's very tiny. I strap it up on my back, and I'm good to go. Now, you got that. You got a wide shot. You got a different lens. You've popped in. You've popped out. You already got, within 5 minutes at most, a whole lot of shots to work with. And it's going to make your edit unbelievable, because that's one of the key things in the edit, is that you have different types of shots. You don't want always one shot. And the added movement is just going to, it's going to knock people off their feet. Now, the next thing is that you need the freedom. This thing is not so easy to move with, right? Obviously, this is a big sucker. So the next thing you want to do is you want to pop this camera off, right? You want to have quick release plates so that they all match. And next thing you'll do is you'll pop that sucker off, and bam, you got this guy sitting off to the side. You put the camera on there. I like this one, what is this one called? The 561 BHDV. Everybody uses this guy, right? So it just helps with a little bit of stability. The main thing about this guy is this little ball head at the bottom, so that you can easily do a turn, right? If you don't have the money for this, I'm not even sure how much they go for. Even the little $20 eBay ones, it's a stick. That's all you need. You just don't want to have it in your hand for, if you're trying to get 10-15 second shot and you're holding it in your hand, you're going to get the shakes. So anything will do, really. But it's nice because you have the head on top so that you can move in and out while you're tilting, and we can get into that in another tutorial a little bit more in depth. But I have this off to the side. I take the camera, I pop this in, and this gives me all the flexibility I want. If I want to be up high, if I want to be low, if I want to get right in on the subject. This was basically something that I had to do recently. I came upon a great scene. A guy like overlooking the ocean, actually the Mediterranean out here in Israel, and he was playing the guitar, and he was amazing, and he had this look to him and this beautiful background, and I knew I can't direct the guy, right? He's out there making some money, he's got his little thing, people dropping in money, and what are you gonna do? Start taking over the scene? You would need like a few hours to really direct this and do it right. So I was just letting him do his thing, and I quickly had this kind of a setup. It's just a quick way when you're doing run and gun and you're all by yourself, how to get all these amazing shots by yourself, basically, without any help. So sign up, get some more tips from my good friend Daron Keat, top cinematographer. You're gonna love those. And check out the Cine Summits also. We're constantly doing them. There's gonna be another one coming up. If you wanna know more information about that, sign up also to the blog, because that's how we deliver to you guys. That's how we let you know when they are coming up. All right, this is the V Vanna with Big League Film School. We'll see you soon.